Welcome, everybody, to the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And, folks, as always,
it's all good, baby. It was all a dream.
We used to read Blood Horse magazine. I got my Cuban links
on.
Yes,
Cuban B.
And I'm your host, Chase Sessoms, the Wolf of Oaklawn.
I'd rather be trapped than lazy. Don't care what they say, I'ma do what pays me.
It happens every year about this time. Weaklings act like they lost their mind. Alphas reclaim the neighborhood. Rob the sheep and all the wolves eat good.
Yes. Welcome to the show. Joining me, as always, you might know him as the Michelangelo of the crime, Michael Jordan. He's your favorite capper's favorite capper. Ladies and gentlemen, Barry the Sniper Spears.
You know how we do. Rockefeller. Forever. Catch me skating through your town, putting it down. Y'all relating, no waiting. I'll make your block infrared hot. I'm like Satan.
All right, we're back. Had an attack of Arkansas internet there for a minute.
Hey, we could just start over. We didn't do anything.
It's all right. It's we're still live now, so welcome everybody to
the noise.
Barry, what's good, man?
Not much, man. You know, same old stuff. Getting ready for Pegasus. Just got to get through this little coat patch that I don't appreciate.
Yeah, this cold has really kind of put a damper on everything that we've done this week. So let's go ahead. Let's dive in. We're talking our Wednesday best bets for Gulfstream Park. That's today, Gulfstream Park, the 22nd of January, year of our Lord, 2025. Post time, 12:20 Eastern, 11:20 God's time, 9:20 a.m. Pacific time, out on the Pacific Coast. Barry and I dug through the card and have our best bets for the Wednesday Gulfstream card. Barry, you got it kicked off in race 7.
That's a kickoff.
Go ahead. What do you got?
We're going to number 3, Bodacious Bren. Now we have a situation possibly where this horse could be like the lone closer, or I should say the best closer, because there are some closers in this race, but this one, Bodacious Bren, is the best of them all. The unique situation really is the 3 favorites in this race: the 6, Miss Vivian, My Lady, James, and the 2, Talking Tipsy, all have the same running style. I know this is 5 furlongs on the synthetic, but if they get into a tussle early on, it just sets it up perfectly for a horse like Bodacious Bren, and I think that's going to happen. Basically, those 3 are going to be dominating the front end. Bodacious Bren probably be right behind them with the 1, Nana's Corn Muffin, drum roll the 4, and You Be the Judge kind of trailing. So getting first run is what we ideally want to see out of Bodacious Bren, and should be able to take over and win this race.
There we go. So Barry with the 3, Bodacious Bren, not Bodacious Ben, as I almost misspelled earlier. Had to catch myself there. He's got him to win. I'm in the very next race, race 8, 8.5 furlong, $20,000 non-winners of one something. I'm not here to read your conditions. Florida bred.
I was steep raised. You think I'm scared to catch a case on some bullshit?
Optional claiming on the synthetic. I'm going to go with the win on number 6, Uncle Armando at 6-1. And then I'm playing an exacta 6 with 7-8 here. I picked out this race because I have low and early speed on the front end that I don't trust to hold all the way around. And I think of horses coming from off the pace, getting a wider trip tend to do well on the Tapeta at Gulfstream. And I had 3 horses that kind of fit that off-pace, wider trip profile for this race that, should have run at this low and early speed that has trouble lasting. And that could, be possibly pressured early, which makes it even more of a race shape in favor of Uncle Armando. I'm using number 6, Uncle Armando, because of the price as well as his history of winning against open competition. He drops into the state bred ranks today for Kent Sweezy, who I think could get an easy win against Florida breds and is taking advantage of the conditions. He's first off the claim for Sweezy, which is a strong angle for him, and he's got a few strong trainer angles at play here, as well as a strong combination with Ruiz in the irons. I like the slow leg stretcher workout leading into the race. I think this one can improve on its last out effort. I'm betting to win, but on top of that, I'm using the other horses I like at a little bit of a price who stand to get similar trips underneath in the exacta, with the number 7 Grand Soiree at 12-1 and the 8 Dear Dad. Dear Dad, I need more hugs growing up at 5. I could see these 3 moving as a team to run down the early speed horses late. So that was my play. Uncle Armando, the exacta 6, 7, 8. Barry, did you get a chance to look at the 8th? Did you have any thoughts?
Yeah, it seems like you picked up on the intent with Uncle Armando, because Sweezy doesn't really run a whole lot of horses on the synthetic, but when he does, he kind of makes it count. And for him to claim this horse and then automatically just go right back to the synthetic, it kind of points to the intention here that this horse is probably the goods. They raised the claiming price quite a bit and then switched over to state bred company. So the intent is there. They're trying to win.
It's there are times that we have in horse racing, like the phrase du jour, if you will, and I feel like this falls under the phrase du jour, well meant. Like everyone's saying well meant right now.
That's perfect. That's basically what I was trying to say.
It's what's another phrase du jour I could think of? Tripped out.
Everyone,
for a while, everyone was using tripped out. Everyone was on well meant for a bit. Like it's kind of like actual slang. Like I catch on to it.
One thing I'm not a fan of is the gallop out. I don't like that.
You don't like the gallop out?
I mean, it's not that I don't like it. It's just it's not useful for me.
Yeah. There are a lot of people that talk the gallop out. There's I've read books where there's like chapters about the gallop out and everything, and it's not something that I've ever really watched to be honest.
Yeah, because the race is over,
and
that's how I feel about it. I mean, I think about it in just regular layman's terms. Who cares what happens after the wire?
And we're having to rely on the camera crews at horse
that are conscious of it. Right, they have to be horse players in order to kind of figure that part out, and most of them don't. So
right, like we're lucky if we get a HD camera that's not, but it doesn't look like it's 1985 and it's like actually like stable and everything. So
like Kentucky Downs, it's like in the middle of a hurricane all the time.
You watch like European racing and they don't have that crystal clear HD with like every angle possible.
Because there's no wind in England. That's why.
Yeah. And their tracks do loop-de-loops and stuff. Just crazy over there.
Yeah, the triangles. Nonsense.
Well, here, let's recap our picks real quick. Barry, you kicked it off in race 7. Go ahead.
Race 7 to the hoop. Win bet. Number 3, Bodacious Bren to the hoop. Let's do it.
There we go. And I actually remembered to not loop that anymore, so we didn't have the double tap. All right. And I was in the next race, race 8. We had a win on the number 6, Uncle Armando. And then I got cute with the exacta here. 6 was 7-8. If that exacta hits, it pays buckets. So that's my play. That was Barry's play. Barry, any parting words for the people? You're muted, brother.
Long Johns for everyone.
Long Johns.
It's cold.
Yeah. I agree. I'm wearing socks in the house. It's too damn cold. It's
thermal underwear for those technical people.
Yeah. I'm gonna wear the kind that has what I call the ass hatch at the back.
Oh, the butt. Yeah,
the butt flap.
Shoot.
Yeah. The poop. This is a good time to get out of here. That's going to do it for us here at the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. We're going to be back tomorrow to talk the late pick 5 on Pegasus Day at Gulfstream Park, which Barry will be attending. So if you see him, hug him and touch middles. We'll see you then.